Hi and welcome to Garfin's creation. Today we'll be making this basic eggless chocolate sponge cake. You can use this recipe for all your cake decorating needs. I'm greasing a 6-inch cake tin pan with some oil and I'll be putting a parchment paper inside it. You can find the detailed recipe for this sponge cake in the description box below. We'll keep this aside for some time and sieve the dry ingredients first. I have taken 1 cup Maida all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, half a teaspoon coffee powder, 1 teaspoon baking powder, quarter teaspoon baking soda, and a pinch of salt. Now sieve all the ingredients well and mix it properly. I have added coffee powder in this dry mix. It will enhance the taste of the chocolate sponge. This is one recipe which you can use for all your cake decorating needs. I'll try to break those coffee lumps with a spatula as much as I can. And now mix this well. Let everything combine properly so you don't get any traces of Maida left below. This is an important step and mix it completely well. Once all our dry ingredients have been mixed well, let's mix the wet ingredients now. In a separate bowl, add 3 tablespoons of thick curds and half a cup of fine castor sugar. If you are using thick grain sugar, add an extra tablespoon of it. And now we'll mix this really well till the sugar is well melted. This detailed recipe with the measurements in grams too have been mentioned in the description box below. The sugar is completely melted and now we'll be adding quarter cup of vegetable oil. I have been using sunflower oil for this recipe. Now we have to mix the oil completely till it gets emulsified into the curds and sugar mixture. This will take around 1 or 2 minutes to get completely blended in the mixture. You can use this chocolate cake recipe to decorate birthday cakes along with whipped cream, buttercream, and even chocolate ganache. To make this cake even more richer, you can replace oil with the same amount of melted butter. This looks completely blended and now I'll be adding half a teaspoon of vanilla essence. We can also add same amount of chocolate essence too. Mix this too as well and then we'll be combining the dry and the wet ingredients. And now I'll be adding the chocolate mix which we had prepared earlier along with half a cup of milk. All the ingredients are at room temperature and now add little milk at a time. We'll continue mixing the Maida chocolate mix along with milk in 3 batches. And now I'll be adding again the Maida chocolate mix followed by little milk again. If you are a beginner at cake decorating and you're searching for a good chocolate sponge recipe, do try this recipe. And now I'll be adding the rest of the dry ingredients and mix it well. Now add rest of the milk and mix it well. I have added a total of half a cup, that is 125 ml of milk. The milk is at room temperature. Now all the ingredients are well combined. I'll be adding the last ingredient, that is 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Mix this vinegar too and combine it well. The vinegar will add a nice soft texture and fluffiness to the cake. Lastly, with the help of a spatula, scrape the sides of the bowl and the bottom of the bowl too. This will ensure everything is mixed properly. Let's fill our cake tin which we had prepared earlier. The net weight of the cake after baking and cooling will be around 450 to 500 grams. With this cake recipe, you can easily decorate a 1 kg chocolate truffle cake. You can bake this cake in a preheated oven at 170 to 180 degrees for around 30 to 35 minutes or until the skewer comes out clean. Tap a few times to release the air bubbles. And now let's head to bake it on the gas stove. I have preheated this aluminum vessel for the last 10 minutes on low flame. I have added some sand inside it and a steel ring on which I'll be placing the cake tin. You can also use salt in place of sand. If you're using a thick bottom pan, there is no need of adding salt or sand. You can place a ring and keep the tin in it. Now, depending on the size and the type of vessel, bake it on medium to low flame for around 45 to 50 minutes. Since I've taken a very large vessel with sand in it, it took me around 50 minutes on medium flame. After 30 to 35 minutes, it's always good to keep a watch on the cake so the cake does not get burned. My cake is done and well baked. As you can see, the skewer has come out clean. Now I'll remove it out and keep it on a wire rack to cool for around 10 to 15 minutes till I can handle and demold it. After 10 minutes, even though the pan is still warm, I will run a knife all around the cake and release it from the pan. Now very carefully, with the help of your hand, flip it over, and now I will let this cool off completely on the wire rack and then I'll slice it. Our cake is completely cooled off now and it's ready to be sliced and decorated. If you do not intend to use the cake today, you can cling wrap it and keep it in the fridge too. This cake is well baked and very moist from inside. You can see the texture of the cake, how well it has come out. Do try this cake recipe and leave your comments in the description box below. And now let's slice it. I'm using a long bread knife to slice the cake. Well, you can see the texture of the cake. It's so moist and beautiful. Thanks for watching and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Until we meet again in the next coming videos where I'll be showing you how to decorate this cake. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.